DJ Vlad and Boosie got beef over 5Gs.
I ain't do Vlad no more. We couldn't come up. I ain't do Vlad no more. We couldn't come up with a agreement. He ain't want to pay me. I wanted $5,000 more than he wanted to pay me. He didn't want to pay me, so I think I'm gonna make more money doing it this way. And I'm editing my interview now. I don't know what time it is. Let's talk about it. Uh-oh. Y'all get ready. Just 7 months. Let's go.
You know, I wasn't going to put any of this out there, but because he started putting out numbers out there and people started going, oh, Vlad being cheap, why is it only $5,000? You could pay him that, not knowing the whole picture. The fee had always been $25,000. He said, I want $40,000. And I'm like, fam, I can't do $40,000. That's just putting me in the hole. He's like, well, I'll go as low as 35. And I'm like, man, listen, I might be able to do 30 after I run the numbers, but 35 is definitely out of the question. But let me go ahead and run my numbers and actually see what's going on. So I went back and I looked through the last, 5 or 6 interviews. And the profit margin on each of these interviews was around $10,000. So I showed him the numbers. I sent him a spreadsheet showing him my back end numbers. And I'm like, bro, the most I could do is 25. You're asking for 35. Your traffic has been dipping over the years. You've gone from about 6 million to about 5.5 to about 5 and some change. So you're looking at about maybe a 10, 15% decrease in views, which means a 10 to 15% decrease in revenue, as you know, but you're asking for a 40% increase in appearance fee, a 40% increase. It doesn't make any business sense because what'll end up happening is, look, Boosie's already at home, right? He wakes up, he does the interview. There's no cost associated with him, and he was getting paid $25,000. I have to fly because I don't have a studio or a camera crew in Georgia, in Atlanta, so I have to hire a camera crew in Atlanta. I have to fly from LA to Atlanta. I have to get a hotel. I have to have all the costs associated with it. And then afterwards, I have to pay to get the video edited and pay my crew and everything else like that. And as you know, with YouTube, I'm taking all the risk because sometimes videos get demonetized, right? Especially when you talk about someone like a Boosie who has, he swears, he's talking about a lot of edgy stuff. And at the end of the day, I'm taking 100% of the risk. So I'm like, listen, I cannot pay you $35,000 when I'm going to make nothing. Or maybe I'm even going to take a loss.
DJ Envy. I haven't seen the video. I can't find it, but they saying that you saying I'm asking for too much money because I don't have the numbers on the platforms. Well, if I'm getting 25K from Vlad and I'm on that motherfucker how many times a year? And now I ask for 35. I haven't been on there for seven months. How am I asking for too much money? On a year basis, I feel I saved him money. That's how I feel, and I told Vlad that. But for you to say that I'm asking for too much money, you're not looking at the yearly rate to what this yearly rate would be. And it don't matter if somebody richer than me. It don't matter if somebody got more numbers on their platform. Plenty of people that been on Vlad. A lot of times they still won't do the numbers Boosie do. Numbers and everything don't make you motherfucker. I'm Boosie, nigga. I'm different. But just think about that. 25, 6, 7, 8 times a year. And it's been 7 months and I haven't done an interview and I asked for 35. That's why we feel we couldn't come to agreement. And also, why you think a lot of motherfuckers watch Vlad TV? Let's be honest, bro. Let's be fucking honest. Who turned you up on Vlad TV, my nigga? Who shit you watch over and over again? Our connection, bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. When you talk about interviewing and you bring Boosie name up, you bring Vlad TV name up. When you talk about Vlad interviewing somebody, you bring Boosie name up. So Envy, I feel you wrong on that. I feel you wrong. You can call me the Breakfast Club and we can have it out. I will make you understand.
What's up, world? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Keep sending those cash apps to CLBMG. Join that membership. And all you buying that merch down below. Gang, listen. Before we get started, head down in them links. I got some links down there. Affiliate links. Temu, ReStream, this, that, and the third. Tap in, lock in for your boy. All right? Support the channel. So, earlier this week, Boosie Badazz announced that he's done with Vlad TV. He's done with the interviews. And that was over 5K. Now, saying it's over 5K is mad disingenuous because what happened was DJ Vlad pretty much was saying Boosie wanted to bump up his pay, right? And it was an amount that wouldn't make no sense. Vlad was saying after he clears everything, after he pays Boosie, the money that he pays him, he only sees a $10,000 profit. Boosie wanted to raise the pay by 10 grand. So that would mean it's no profit. You're doing it for absolutely nothing, for free. I want to have this conversation because I feel like some people, gang, let's just be honest. You're supposed to ask for raises. You're supposed to know your worth. And after you do something for a certain amount of years, you should look to increase the pay if you're valuable, right? But I also think that some people self-worth isn't realistic to what the real world can see you. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to say this. Paying Boosie $25,000 seems excessive to me. Just that and alone. Just $25,000. Because I'm going to tell you why. What Boosie doesn't understand, he said he's going to start his own podcast, this and the third. What Boosie doesn't understand, you can't just start a podcast and it's going to make that kind of money. Don't work like that. He needs somebody with a platform that's already on, right? Vlad TV, it ain't just a one-way street, Boosie. It ain't a one-way street. Vlad constantly is working, having 10, 15, 20, 30 different guests every month. You're not just starting a channel tomorrow where you're going to be getting 25K per interview, Boosie. You're not that interesting. This is not a disrespect. But the guy got to ask you the right questions. It got to be timely questions. He's chopping up your answers, making them more valuable. He's making you go viral, putting you in the zeitgeist. Okay? A lot of stuff Boosie doesn't understand about the business. Just like that girl who accused Boosie of sexual assault. Boosie's now online posting her, attacking her, this, that, and the third. That's not smart, Boosie. I'm just going to be honest. They can use that against you in court. She can file harassment against you, this, that, and the third. That's not smart. That's why you may not be the best person to start a podcast of your own because you don't understand this business fully. You may not understand the legalities, this, that, and the third. And I know Boosie does his own thing. He doesn't care about the legalities. He doesn't care what you say. He's going to do what he does. That's fine. But at the end of the day, you're walking away from a platform that is very well established. Now, Boosie going to get established really quickly. Don't get it effed up. But that's just like Charleston White starting a podcast tomorrow. It's going to have no direction. It's just going to be him talking shit for 2 hours every time. Some people may tune into that. Some may not. But it may not garner the eyes that he would normally garner when he goes on, say, Cheese or somewhere else who has a platform that's already popping. This is what these guys don't understand. So Boosie cooked up one day that he thinks he wants a $10,000 raise. Right? Let me read this article so we can all have the same information. But I watched Vlad's interview and it sounds like Boosie is thinking that he wants more just because. Vlad told him the numbers, he told him the analytics, and Boosie was like, I hear all that, but I can't do it for less. Sometimes dudes street pride getting away. Right? A hustler mentality, like if I'm doing this for enough time, I need to make more at it. Even though they can be making a good living. Right? Street dudes mentality is, yeah, I'm making a good living. 25K is cool, but we've been doing this for years. I need a raise. And the street dude mentality going to go way up. Right? So let me read this article. We're going to have a conversation. But it sounds like Boosie low-key, he's walking away from this. It's not a good look. Time will tell, right? Just like Charlamagne and then went to Netflix. Time will tell if that was a good idea. DJ Vlad breaks his silence amid Boosie Badazz pay dispute by Caroline Fisher for HotNewHipHop.com. Earlier this week, Boosie Badazz announced that he's done with Vlad TV because he was denied a 5K raise. It's not that simple, but let me continue. DJ Vlad has been interviewing Boosie for quite a while now, but according to the rapper, that has come to an end. Earlier this week, he went live to reveal that he asked the internet personality for a 5K raise and was denied. For this reason, he said they'll no longer be working together. Moving forward, he plans to release his own interviews because he believes he'll earn more doing so. You will earn more doing so. You will. But why you think Dame Dash still jumping around on all these different channels doing all these interviews when he has his own channel? It ain't that simple to get people to come watch you just because you post your shit. Dame Dash has the American New YouTube channel. Shit damn near worthless. Damn near worthless. So, yeah, he could post him himself, but it goes nowhere because unless Dame Dash is talking about Jay-Z, nobody cares what he's talking about. Okay? So that's going to be the same thing that might happen to Boosie. But let me continue. He didn't want to pay me, he told his followers, so I think I'm going to make more money doing it this way. I'm editing my own interview right now. DJ Vlad has decided to share his side of the story in a new video. According to him, Boosie has been making $25,000 per interview, and he actually asked him for a 10K raise. When he crunched the numbers, he quickly realized that if he paid him this much, he wouldn't end up making any money from the interview. In some instances, he could even end up losing money. Nobody's going to lose money to just keep you happy. Especially somebody like Vlad who looks at his bottom line for everything. Just to keep Boosie along, he's not going to go crazy. Vlad had the whole thing with Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar was making him a lot of money. All he had to do was come out and apologize to Lord Jamar. He said, nah. Right? Because he's looking at, I'm not going to lose money. I'm damn sure not going to swallow my pride. Right? So at the end of the day, Vlad is looking at things from his point of view. Boosie got to look at shit in a smart way like, gang, I get it. It's down the third. And I understand, go for your wealth. You should have had your own podcast. I don't know what he's waiting for. Just like Nori started his own podcast. Just like Lord Jamar started his own podcast when he still was good with Vlad. Vlad was the one that encouraged Lord Jamar to start doing his own podcast. They fell out and Lord Jamar ended up back on it anyway. Right? So I believe Boosie going to be back on there at some point. But end of the day, what these guys understand is Vlad got a platform already. That's why you making all that money. That's why he's handing you 25K just to come in there and talk shit, chop it up for a little bit. Then he chops your videos down and makes money with you. I understand you're supposed to want ownership. That's a given. But there's nothing stopping him from going to get that 25K and still doing ownership. For him to announce out loud, I can't go back to Vlad TV, da-da-da, it's going to be real crazy when he go back to Vlad TV. Going to be real crazy because he's going back at some point. He's going back. Just like Lord Jamar went back. It's going to be real crazy when he end up back on there. Yo, man, what up, Vlad? I'm back, da-da-da. It ain't going to be that easy to make 25K is a good pay, gang, for you to sit down for 2 hours. Okay? Just going to be honest with you. Let me continue. Quote, at the end of the day, I'm taking 100% of the risk, Vlad explained. So I'm like, listen, I cannot pay you 35K when I'm going to make nothing, or maybe I'm going to take a loss. Boosie was like, yo, you're being cheap. I said, I'm not being cheap. I'm being put in a situation where you make all the money and I make none of the money. It simply doesn't make any business sense. What he said was, Boosie asked him for 35. He said he came back with a counter offer of the best I can do is 30. That's 5K more. Boosie was like, I can't do no less. I think he said that Boosie wanted 40. I think he said Boosie wanted 40. And then he said, nah, the best I can do is 30. And then Boosie was like 35. And he was like, nah. Right? So that 5K was the difference of this whole thing blowing up. I think that's what it was. So now we're talking about 5K difference where Boosie got to start his own thing. And it may work out great for Boosie. We don't know. But at the end of the day, to me, I'm like, I could do both. If I'm still good with you, I can come get that 30K and still start my podcast. You don't got to announce that you're cutting all ties. That's 30K that you're going to be walking away from. We know Boosie like his money, got a lot of kids, got a lot of shit to pay for. I don't know why you would walk away. You can still start your podcast. Like, it doesn't make it, to me, it's an all or none decision. You can still do both. It don't make no sense. That's just me. We talking money. Because now you just cut off a relationship for no reason. Let me continue. Boosie doesn't appear to have any hard feelings toward Vlad, despite the dispute, and Vlad said it's mutual. In a follow-up video, he explained that he'd like to be able to work things out with the Louisiana-born performer and do more interviews in the future. Quote, I haven't said one negative thing about this man. Not one. Boosie's dope, man. I love Boosie. These two get out, hang out when he come to town. They go out to eat and stuff like that. If I'm not mistaken, I believe them. They said that. So they're going to be good behind the scenes. But at the end of the day, it doesn't make any sense. And I just hate when my people, we do some shit. Not saying that you got to kiss Vlad out or nothing, this, that, and the third. This could be about anybody. This could be Charlemagne. It could be Radio One. It could be iHeartMedia, da-da-da. You don't got to announce this. If you're not going on Vlad TV no more, then don't go on Vlad TV no more. Just pop it with your own podcast. But this is for Vlad loves. He got engagement. He did a video already, responded to it. Motherfucker, last I looked, the shit had 147,000 views. So he gonna make 25,000 off announcing that Boosie ain't coming on no more. Okay, so they love the engagement. But at the end of the day, Boosie announcing this, he could have just said, I'm gonna start my own podcast. You telling us you don't even know how you gonna do this shit. It's just, we see a lot of rappers do this. I see a lot of rappers have podcasts that just go in circles and it goes nowhere because they don't know what they're doing. That's all I want to say, man. I'm going to leave it at that. CLBMG. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Tell them who sent you. Let them know that you got it from your boy, all right? Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on the What Show, BTJ and Flares, 9:15, 9:30 on all my social media platforms. And go over to my Patreon. I got a new Patreon account. I'm over 20-some exclusive episodes for Patreon members only, but I also have a free tier over there. If you want to lock in on the Patreon, Charles Brown, type that in. I'm going to keep rolling. I'm going to keep doing 3-4 episodes a week, new episodes exclusive to the channel. I just did one that I let everybody be able to watch. I did it for, I think it was about the game, says that that Drake is absent from the game, from rapping. That's why the game is suffering down 50%. Go watch that. That's open to anybody to watch. That's a member, all right? Listen, man, we got a new video called Peanut Butter Tips. Lock in on that. Get in the comments of that video. Share that video. We got a whole project called The What Project. We barking on there. Some people say we deserve a Grammy for that. We gonna see. We gonna submit, all right? Listen, man, I'm out of here. I'm gonna catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end. And then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking. And all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe and put some food in his face, and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share. Tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location. Tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, we the trap.